In our online poll, we ask you, do you believe the House leadership will pay a political price if it does not repeal Obamacare? 94% responding to our poll last night saying yes. And joining me now, Doug Wead. He's presidential historian, author of this brand new book. It's entitled Game of Thorns, the inside story of Hillary Clinton's failed campaign and Donald Trump's winning strategy. Thank goodness, winning strategy. Doug, good to have you with us.
Thank you, Lou.
Have you ever?
Good to be with you.
It's great to have you. Have you contemplated what it would have been like had Hillary Clinton won?
I sure have. In fact, when I started writing the book, everybody assumed she would win. And my wife kept saying, you know, you're going to be audited. Because when we did this, it's funny, unless you're the audited one, but when we did the study, you know, she appointed her, she's the one, when Bill Clinton was president, who appointed her close personal friend to be director of the IRS. And they went after everyone. Right. They re-victimized twice.
John Huskinen, the IRS director, and still no resolution. I mean, they got away with it. Let's be honest. They got away with it despite the citation for contempt of Congress against Eric Holder, who lied in the Fast and Furious scandal. How in the world did it first appear to you possible that Donald Trump would be president of the United States?
I'll tell you, I mean, you stop and think that she outstaffed him 5-1. She outspent him 8-1 if you count the super PAC, 5-3 otherwise. But the super PAC gathered more money than any super PAC in history and spent it. And she had 960,000 volunteers on the ground to almost nothing. And she had 249 newspapers endorse her. He had 19. But how did he beat her? He had $1 billion of earned media. Right. And it was the message, too. You talked about that a lot on your show, and I had sources in the Trump Tower that I would go to during that time. I'd say, you guys are off message.
We talked about this during the campaign, by the way. I can tell you everything Doug is saying is absolutely true. And it is an extraordinary pivot point in history, an inflection point, this presidency, because this is a president who is actually doing what he said he would do. He looked, today, aboard the Gerald Ford, the carrier, he turned to those sailors and he said, just straight out, I won't let you down. Yeah. He meant it, and it's extraordinary.
It is.
To watch a man do. I mean, it's a terrible commentary on American politics, but to see a man do what he says.
There's that moment with Melania in the book that touches me, where she says, why? Why do you want to do this? We have such a good life. And she's talking about her kids. Yeah. She says, we have such a good life. And Donald says, almost like he's a little boy and it's been taken away from him. He talks in the past tense. He says, but I could have done so good. I would have been so good. He's talking like he can't be. And she says to him, she responds, if you want to do it, then you have to do it. But, she warns, you'll win.
Yeah, and she was right. And, and it's so easy for so many people because there is such noise in our media. They forget what this man and his family have given up for him to serve the country.
Yeah, I saw a news show the other day, and they were talking about how his kids were traveling internationally, and it was costing so much money for security. And I traveled with children of presidents. So what do they want to do? They want these children to die? Do they want them to stay home all the time? And I thought, when they did that story, I thought they never mentioned Donald Trump gave his salary back.
Yeah. Oh, he gave back his salary, but he's given up so much. Yeah. The extraordinary life they had before this and the challenges they face now as he leads the nation. Amazing. The book is Game of Thorns. We recommend it to you highly, very highly. It is a wonderful book.
Thank you.
Doug, you are a wonderful historian, and thanks for being with us. Come back soon.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much.